is productivity. And this is the part we talk about how we can use more, share more product, and a lot of it has to do with retailing and a lot of it has to do with customer service. So we have the perfect person for that. Lisa Walls coming to us from Ireland, from the Republic of Ireland. She's a superstar in retailing. She's a superstar making sure that she gets the most out of her actions. And when she goes out to retail in different ways that she does it, she's here to share with you all her exciting tips. So, are you ready, guys? I hope you are. I'm ready. Lisa, I know you're ready. Thank you very much for being here. Let's hear it from you.
Okay, welcome everybody. Very excited to be with you today. I'm actually at a friend's house because I came down to Cork to do some work, and I'm at a friend's house, and her she's a real techie, and I'm literally surrounded by computer screens. I don't know where I'm looking or what I'm doing at this point. If I was home, I'd have one screen and I'd know what I was doing. So just bear with me. So anyway, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lisa Walsh, and I've been with Forever for about 24 years. In fact, actually next month will be 24 years. Um, we talked a little bit today about your why, and it was amazing to hear from Paul and Natalie and Holly, and I learned so much from everybody today. And we talked a little bit earlier about your why. And to be honest, when I joined Forever Living, my why was completely different back then. As you can imagine, your why will change over 24 years. But when I joined Forever Living first, my husband had his own business, and we were very I would say asset rich and cash poor. So I joined Forever Living to actually start just bringing some, what I would say is sort of um, money that I could touch and see. Um, and that's what I wanted to do with Forever. I wanted to be able to work from home, take care of my children. They were only 2 and 4 years old at the time, but I also wanted to earn some real money that I could actually, as I used to say to people, bread and milk money. I wanted to have money in my pocket. So when I went out to the shops, I actually had the money to buy the things that I needed. Um, so my why has changed since then completely. But what I want to share with you is that when I first joined Forever Living, I found networking easy. That was the big thing that I was really good at. I was a really, really good networker. I wasn't so good on selling the products. So that's pretty interesting because I have sort of come all the way around to being a top product seller. So for me, networking was always easy. And I had to work then over the years on actually being able to move the product. So when I came in, a lot of my CCs would have come from sponsoring, and I would have had very little, one or more, maybe. As you know, you have to have at least one personal CC, but I would have had maybe one, a little bit over one, my own personally. And then I found on the months that I wasn't sponsoring, I had trouble doing my four. So I looked at that and I thought, right, we have to get better at this. So one thing you'll hear me saying a lot is that you shouldn't be sponsoring for your four CCs. And I would have taught all my team over the years. Once I learned to do it myself, I taught all of my team over the years how to actually be a really, really good product retailer. So that I always thought that when you're sitting in front of somebody to sponsor them and you're speaking to them, you never want to have an air of desperation. And I would have found many, many years ago that when you don't have a minimum of four CCs in customers, you're looking a little bit desperate when you're talking to people about sponsoring, because you're trying to do it for your four CCs. So don't ever have yourself in that position. Get yourself your customers, be amazing at selling the product. The money is fabulous when you're selling product. It really, really is. Some of us discount that, but when you actually look at it as a manager, 48% profits on your product can really, really make a difference to the money that you're making. And it can also give you that confidence when you're out speaking to people that, hey, if this business is not for you, that's okay too, because you've already got your four CCs done, and therefore you want people who want Forever. You want people who Paul talked about, people who have needs and wants, and they're wise to join the business. But you also, he said, really about talking to people and asking them questions before you show them the opportunity. So, you want to be comfortable with the fact that maybe this business is not for them. And being comfortable with that means that you've got your 4 CCs in the back, that you're comfortable, and the next stage forward is your sponsoring. So let's go on a little bit to who are our customers. Okay, so let me just get my next slide up for you. Just bear with me. Okay, so hope you can all see that. So who are our customers? Well, firstly, us. Obviously, we are the customers of the company, and we should be our own best customer. I was talking to Jane Leach at one of our days in Longbridge Manor, actually, when we were both having coffee, and Jane said, you know, don't forget when you're buying the product that you're a customer of the product too. And we were talking about the coffee. So we were talking about the price of Forevermore coffee. And by the way, little tip for you. I don't know if you know this, but more spelt M-O, and some of you might say maybe it's an acute accent or something on top of the O, but actually for me, that's what we call an Irish fada on top of the O. And because more actually in Ireland means great or grand, huge, great, sort of like awesome. So more. So Forevermore, basically our coffee is huge, it's great, it's awesome. Yeah, so that's what more means. It means great, big, huge. So I hope you enjoy that little tip. So we're firstly the customers of our company. So you need to be your own best customer. You need to try as many of these products as possible, because it is virtually impossible to sell if you're not using the product, okay? So enthusiasm ends with IASM, stands for I am sold myself. So are you sold on the products before you go out starting to speak to people about the product? So use as much as you can from the very word go. Use as many products as possible. Sometimes, you know, when we don't know the ins and outs of the ingredients and exactly how the product works, sometimes that doesn't matter. What matters is that you're actually using it. Obviously, Holly has the most amazing trainings, and so does Louise Riley. But at the start, basically, brush your teeth with the tooth gel. Your teeth are going to feel so fresh and so clean and shiny and sparkly, and you're just going to want to tell people about it. And when they ask you about the toothpaste, you're just going to go, it's the best toothpaste I've ever used. So yeah, so I am sold myself. It's difficult to recommend products to a customer that you've never used yourself. So please, please, please enjoy the products, use as many as you possibly can. It's just taking me a little while it's a different way of moving my slides on this computer. So don't waste time. So your customer only needs about 2 minutes on a product to decide if it's of interest. Do not, and I know that our trainings are, you know, delve into really the nitty gritty of the ingredients and how they work and everything, but most customers don't actually need that to make a decision. They need about 2 minutes to decide if that product is of interest to them. So don't waste those precious minutes. Get really, really good at focusing on the unique selling points really quickly of a product. If a customer, so for example, I do a lot of exhibitions. So I know that customers are passing my stand, you know, every couple of minutes they're stopping. They're also stopping at other stands. So people have a lot of different products that are hitting them over and over again. Why do they want to use our products? Why would they want our products? So when a customer stops, say at an exhibition stand that I'm doing, I'm at a fair, an exhibition, I know that I've probably got 2 minutes or less to grab their attention. So I'm going to mention a couple of our main products, and I'm going to just use a couple of unique selling points on those products. And I'm going to watch that customer and I'm going to see which one their eyes fall on. So if you see which one their eyes fall on, for example, if you're talking about the Propolis cream and their eyes have fallen to the Evershield, you know that's the one that you need to be speaking to them about, okay? Make sure you get your unique selling points. For example, our Evershield is fluoride-free, aluminium-free. That's a big selling point. One of the huge selling points also for people is the fact that it lasts so long. I mean, you're going to get, I have customers get a year out of their Evershield. I know some people are done with it in 3 months. It's more likely 6 months, and I have customers who get a year. So when we're looking at the price point in Ireland of €10, I'd often have a joke with somebody and say to them, and I would actually ask them, Paul mentioned earlier, actually, so this is a really good one. Paul mentioned earlier, he said that when they say it, it's true. Okay. So ask the question. Let's say you're dealing with somebody who is interested in the Evershield. You say, oh, can I ask you what product you use now? And then ask them, oh, and how much is that product these days? And they'll tell you. And then you'll say, and how long does it last you? And they usually will say, oh, 2 or 3 weeks. And then very quickly you can do the maths on that. So if they're paying, say, €3 for their deodorant, it's lasting them 2 or 3 weeks. Now you're talking about they're spending about €6 a month. Do the math. Times 10 months, that's €60. You know, add on another, 2 months, and you're talking about, say, 70, €72 per year. If ours is lasting them a year, even 6 months, you're talking about €20. So very quickly do the maths for people and say, gosh, it's great value. Imagine how many extra dinners you can go out for. You can have yourself a nice dinner out based on the money you're saving, and you're actually using a product that's better for you, for your health, for your skin. So yeah, so very quickly you can assure people of why they would want to use a better product and actually break down the price point for them so that they know that they're actually getting a superior product and the price actually works out less than an inferior product. So make sure that you get really sharp and good at that. So upselling. So now upsell. So once you have the product sold to them, so perhaps that product is, so a fun one for me is the aloe lips. Okay. You can sell an aloe lips really, really easy. Basically, I just say to them, this is the best lip balm in the entire world. And the next time you come back to me to visit me at a stand, I want to hear from you on it. And I will actually get customers coming back over and over the years, and they sell the product to the person standing next to them. They say, you know, Lisa told me a year ago that this was the best product in the whole world. Not sure I really believe that, but I'll tell you what, I know now it's true. So my customers find me other customers. And I love then to turn a lip balm sale into, say, a hydration serum sale. So how do we go from an approximately, say, €4 product to a €45 product? It's quite simple. While you're sorting out their lip balm sale, you actually take the serum, you pop a little bit onto the back of their hand and you say, hey, while I'm writing up your receipt for you, why don't you give you a little treat? And I actually pop that in the back of their hand and I say, oh, just rub that in and see how that feels. So as they're rubbing it into the back of their hand, they're going, oh, wow. And I'm chatting away and I say to them, oh, wow, look at that. Look at the difference between one hand and the other. And they go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I go, yeah, imagine the feel of that on your face. And then they go, what is it? And very quickly then I will say, that's our hydrating serum. It's incredible, full of hyaluronic acid. That's why you can see the skin actually plumping on your hand. Visibly, you can see that within about 2 minutes, right? And they go, yeah. I go, gosh, and the feel of it on your face. Can you imagine it doing that for your face? And then they'll say, okay, so how much is that? And I will actually say, well, that one's €45. But when you actually talk, and someone will go, oh, because they're buying a €4 serum. And I'll actually say, that one's €45. But when you compare it to some of the best selling, and this is where I'm going to tell you that you actually need to know other people's products. I know we say ours don't compare, but you do actually need to know a little bit. So I'll actually say, when we compare that to one of the best, and I know which product I'm talking about, one of the best selling products on the high street, we are actually half the price and we are double the volume. So you need to know their products. So for example, if you actually look at our serum and at the other one that I'm talking about, our serum is 50ml, their serum is €99 for 50ml. Can anybody tell me 45 to 95? Yes, we're talking double the price. So when people actually hear that, I go, so it's absolutely amazing value, isn't it? You can actually get a far superior product. I mean, look what it did to your skin, a far superior product, and it's half the price. So really, by the time I've rung up the sale on the lip balm, they'll usually say, yes, pop a serum in there too for me. So there you go. Quick tips on how to upsell. And people are actually thrilled when they get a product that they think that is actually so much better value than what somebody else is selling and a better quality product. So let's go on to aftercare. Okay, so once you have the product sold, always get their phone number. You need to call within about 48 hours to see how they're getting on. Don't wait until you think they've finished their product. I've actually made this mistake. When you wait until somebody has finished their product, what you're actually doing is just calling them to get another sale. You haven't actually given them any customer service. You haven't taken care of them, okay? I like to liken the 48 hours calling them to, let's say, if any of you ever bought something like, I'm going to say a dishwasher or a washing machine, you'll know what I'm talking about. The washing machine arrives into your house, you're looking at it, all it's got is symbols all over it. You haven't a notion how to use it. It's going to take you a while. If you're anything like me, you find one cycle and you just stick to it because that seems to work and you haven't a clue what the other cycles do anyway. So can you imagine if you bought that washing machine and you got a call within 2 hours from somebody saying, hey, you bought a washing machine for us? It's me, it's Tim, the salesman. I'm just checking in on how you're getting on and see if you have any questions and you know how the washing machine works. Have you discovered this cycle or that cycle? Okay, can you imagine that? Would you be upset to hear from Tim? No, you would not. You would probably say to him, actually, now that I have you on the phone, I do have some questions. I know you talked about a few things in the shop, but I really wasn't sure by the time I got the washing machine. Look, I couldn't figure it out. So I'm wondering about this cycle or that cycle. Tim goes through all of that with you and he says to you, you know where I am. This is my phone number. You know what? I'm going to call again in a week or two and make sure everything's going well for you. Would you actually be happy with that service? You'd probably be thrilled. And most of you will probably say that you've never had service like that. That's the service we give with Forever Living. We are giving a personal service. So really, don't be afraid to call your customers within 48 hours. It's a great thing to do because by the time you're going to send them, say, a text as a reminder that their product is probably due to be renewed, you've already made a friend. They already are thrilled with your service. And you do need to also say to them, now you know where I am. I don't want to be annoying you, but you have my number. If you have any questions on that product, please call me. They need to remember that they're not just calling you to reorder a product. They're calling you with their questions. So it should be a personal experience. You don't get that on the high street. Consider your customers as clients, not customers, clients. Okay, so that's your follow-up. So you're going to call within about the 48 hours, okay? And then you need to call a few weeks later, and then you're going to text with a special offer. So this works fabulously for me, okay? So what I do is obviously I do ask permission from the customer to actually contact them. And I do say when, so if it's somebody that I don't know personally, I say I've met them at an exhibition, I say to them, do you mind if I take your phone number? I'd love to add you into any special offers that we have, if that's of interest to you. We have some really nice special offers for our customers, and they're just for people who are obviously are added to our list to text out. And I have to be honest with you, there's nobody says no. Most of them will say, oh, that would be fabulous. I'd love that. What I found with the special offers, okay, is that it is a reason to text out your customer. It is a soft sell. So when I text out my customers the special offer, nobody takes me up on it. And you might think, oh my God, so how do you get your business then if nobody takes you up on the special offer? They message me back and they say, oh, Lisa, got your text. I need to reorder that aloe vera gel. I need another 9 bottles of gel. These are the kind of texts I get. I need some more skincare. And I'll get a list of what they need, okay? I have about 1 or 2 people who every time will take the special offer, but you know what comes in their text? The text back says, great, I'll take the special offer and my usual. So that's what happens to me with my customers. Now we're talking about years of experience with this. So trust me, it works. And people will say to me and my team, so what are the special offers that you message out? And I'll say, it doesn't matter. I get the same thing back every time. I get the same one or two customers who pick me up on the special offer, and then I get the usual order. So instead of me messaging somebody saying, are you ready to reorder your gel? I send out the special offer, and then they come back with, I'm ready to reorder my usual. So that's another top tip from me. What time have we got? I just want to check and make sure that I stay in time, because I know that we're running out of time rapidly, so I'm going to try and be as fast as I can. So get personal, get to know your customer, inquire about their family, holidays, pets, etc. I have customers and I know everything about them. They call me, their loved ones, they're at the hospital bed of their loved ones, and they'll call me and they'll say, Lisa, I need X, Y, and Z. So they treat me almost like family, because you need to treat them like family. So always make notes on your customers so that you can inquire. When you're speaking to them, it's nice to be able to say, oh, how's the dog? I know you said he wasn't very well the last time I spoke with you. Is he doing okay now? Or, hey, how's Susie getting on in college? You said she was starting college. So it just keeps your customers, it keeps that personal touch with your customers. So no customers too far. If you don't live local, offer free courier on 2 or more products. So when somebody calls me for a product, usually I find, look, I live in the middle of nowhere. I basically do. I've got sheep to the back and cows to the front. Michael can attest to that. He's been over at my house. There's nobody really lives close to me. So for me, personally delivering a product is not actually an option. But what I do is I say to people, if they call me and they want to order a product, I say to them, how many of those would you like? And they say, well, is there any offer? And I say, well, if you order, so it depends on the price of the product. So if it's a smaller product, if they order 2 or 3, you can give them free delivery. Okay. So I will always get more than one product ordered. Also, I will actually also, I will say to them, look, so let's say it's a small product in Ireland, we've got, say it's a €4 delivery. So if it's just one product, I can say to them, look, I'll have to charge you €4 delivery on that. But if you want to order 2 or 3 of them, we can give a free delivery, and they're thrilled. So they usually up their order for free delivery. You can also get them to add in a product that they haven't used. So suggest and say, oh, you might want to try something you haven't used. Let me suggest the tooth gel. We have a fabulous tooth gel. And if you order that, then obviously you're getting the free delivery. So they'll order an extra product. And then the next time they order, I've got them on 2 products now instead of 1. So get the product to them ASAP. If you order that day, the day they ask, they'll receive the products within 2 or 3 working days. I get a lot of texts back from my customer saying, amazing service, Lisa. I got the customers, I got the product. It's only been 2 days. Amazing service. Thank you so much. If you leave it too long, you'll lose your customer, and someone else will gain them. I have a lot of people stop with me and say, oh, hey, I used to order that product. That was a favorite of mine. But it just took weeks and weeks to get it. So look, I just went off it and I started using something else, a product from another company. Don't let that happen. With the system that we have now, where you can go in, I go into my retail shop and I order for the customer directly there and then. So as soon as I hang up from their call, I will immediately go in, order the product, and then I know that they're going to get it within about 2 days. And that way I keep them on the product. You don't want somebody else gaining your customer. You want to make sure that you keep your customers, and you will keep them by making sure that no other product from another company enters their house. Because if they're on your tooth gel, you don't want them using another toothpaste because you didn't show up on time with that product. They ran out of their toothpaste. Nobody's going to go with that toothpaste. So if they run out of it, guess what? They're going to the supermarket, they're going to the pharmacy, they're buying another product. You've lost them. Okay. So moving along. So Natalie mentioned about 4 cc's as the minimum that she would do in personal or in customer products. Okay, and I would agree. I would say 4 cc in customer and personal orders is the minimum to aim for. Okay, 5 cc is the gold standard. That's what you need to be aiming for. If you think about it, I believe the stats are probably you get about 80% of what you aim for. So if you work out, if you're aiming for 5 cc's and you don't make it, what are you going to get? 5/8 40 on a percentage. So you're looking at 4 cc's. So even aiming for 5, the chances are you could end up with 4. Okay. But I like 5 cc's. I feel it gives you really nice, comfortable extra. Imagine if everybody in your team wasn't doing 4, but doing 5 and then sponsoring on top. You'll have a super, super business. Your business will be built on concrete, not sand, if people are actually doing the 4 cc's. Because imagine, God forbid, you know, that they're not well or they're on holiday and they don't manage to sponsor that month. You'll know that they will have done 5 cc's. Okay, so that is the gold standard for me. That's what you need to be aiming for. That's what you need to accomplish with your products. And sponsoring new team members should always, always be in addition to that 5 cc's. So give it time. It takes time to develop your customer base. It took years for me. It took a couple of years of making the mistake of trying to network for my 4 cc's before I realized, actually, you know what? The one thing that I'm going to say to you is we only get paid when product leaves the warehouse. So when product leaves Rotterdam and lands with you, because you're a customer of the company too, or lands with a customer, we're getting paid. Okay. So you need to remember, you need loads of products leaving that warehouse, going out to customers, going out to team members. But in order to do that, you need to give it time. Not everybody will become a repeat customer. Okay. We'd love to think they will, but not everybody will. So you need to work your numbers. You need to go through the numbers and you need to work with your customers, treat them as clients, get that product to them really, really fast so that another product doesn't enter their house. Then you have a customer for life. Okay. Be consistent with that follow-up. Remember the phone call, that lovely phone call within a couple of days of them receiving their product to say, hey, you got the product. Particularly I find with products, say like the aloe vera gel. You may have talked to your customer at the time about what it does and how to use it, but by the time they get it to their house, they have forgotten. So you're going to call them and you're going to say, hey, how are you getting on with the aloe vera? Now, if you hear something like, oh, yeah, great, great, yeah, no problem, things like that, just listen to your customer. They're telling you that they actually haven't opened it yet. And then you can have a little laugh about that and you can say, oh, from the sounds of that, now you haven't opened it yet. And laugh. Allow them to laugh with you. They'll laugh with you and say, actually, no, I haven't. And then say, hey, you know what? It's not going to do you any good unless you open it. So why don't we get it opened? Okay. And then go through with them again, how it's going to taste, how much to take, what to expect, all of that. And then say, hey, so what I'll do now is I'll call you again in another few days or by the end of the week and say how you're getting on with it. And you can give me a little feedback on how it tastes. So you can have a little bit of a laugh about that with your customer. So make sure they feel comfortable if they haven't actually opened and started the product, that they feel comfortable, that you're going to have a little laugh about that. And you're going to say, hey, next time I talk to you, you're going to be able to give me a little feedback on the taste of that aloe vera. Okay, so let's talk discounts. Discounting is something that I don't like to do unless somebody is buying a lot of gels off me. Obviously, I can really, really help with that. But let's talk, is it worth it to discount products? Paul talked about earlier how much you can make really, really fast selling products. And I totally agree with them. I have one customer in particular who can buy anything from about 700 euros to about 1200 euros from me every month or two. So when he calls and places an order, and I have said to him that if he registers, he's going to get it for less, he has no interest. He wants to deal directly with me. He's happy to pay full price. And guess what? If somebody is ordering 1500 euros worth of product from you at manager level, you're earning about 750 euros. So when I have that quick conversation with that customer, hang up and place that order, I can actually say, I just got paid 750 euro for the last 10 minutes. And I don't know about you guys, but I like the idea of making 750 euros in 10 minutes. So if you're not out there talking to people, you're missing out on customers and on people who are going to actually pay that kind of money for your products. So let's look at the figures on discounting, okay? What I noticed with people is, I'm going to take, for example, let's say 100, somebody's ordered 100 euros worth of product from you, okay? I find people really, really quick to say something like, oh, sure, look, we take 15 euros off that 100 euros for you and we leave it at 85 euros, okay? And people feel That's minimal. It's not much. I'm happy to knock off 15 euros. Let's look at the figures. You've knocked 15 euros off, but on your wholesale to retail, how much you're earning. Let's not talk about your personal bonus, but on your wholesale to retail, how much you're earning. 30%. You've knocked 15 euros off, okay? So you've retailed 100 euros worth of product. Your retail bonus is 30 euros. You've knocked 15 euro off that 30 euros. You have now lost half of your earnings. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was working for somebody and they told me, hey, you know what? This week, I'm not going to pay you your full salary. I'm actually going to knock half off that. But really, it's only half. Where's the problem? Would you be upset if your boss only paid you half of what you were supposed to get that week? Who would be upset about that? I would suggest everybody would be upset about that. So why are you knocking 15% off your products? Now, I'm not talking about people that you're registering. I'm talking about people who don't want to register and want to deal directly with you. You know, do not lose your profit margin. It is staggering how much money you can add into your bonuses when you're charging full price for the products, okay? So be very, very careful and think about that. Before you're knocking 15% off, think, I've just lost half of my profit margin. So ours is a premium product. Customers should expect to pay a premium price. Do not, and I mentioned earlier that you need to know really what the prices of other people's products are, because the reason you need to know that is because you need to know the value of our products, how long they last, and how much they are compared to other products, okay? We used to say years ago, Kellogg's cornflakes, you know, if somebody said to you, you know, well, look, I don't know if I want to pay that price for the products. You might say to them, do you use cornflakes in your home? And they would say, yes, I do. What brand do you use? Oh, I use Kellogg's. Okay. Is that the cheapest brand of cornflakes? No, it's not. Why do you use Kellogg's? Well, it's the best. There you go. Our products are the best Oliver products in the world. You need to have the greatest of confidence in that and know why there's a premium price on our products, because they are a premium product. It's up to you to market it as a premium product. Always keep in mind that this is the best aloe vera in the world. Cheap is as cheap does. That's why our products have a premium price, because they are the best quality. So Christmas is coming. I hate to say that in September, but we need to plan ahead, don't we? So what are you going to do about your Christmas retailing? I also want to share with you actually that for me, in the early years of my forever business, especially in the first year or two, my thoughts were, oh, Christmas is coming. Nobody's going to hear about forever living. Because for me, I was sponsoring. I wasn't thinking about the product. I wasn't thinking that Christmas is the time when everybody is spending. Okay. So what can we do to make sure that those customers are looking at forever for their Christmas gifts? So send a message to your contacts saying it's a busy time of year and you'd love to help make Christmas shopping easy by putting together bespoke gifts for everyone on their list. And I think actually this for me, because I am a huge retailer at Christmas time, and really how I get those gifts sold is because they're bespoke gifts. They are designed particularly for someone in particular. So you might ask them, do you have a vegan in your life? Do you have a sports person in your life? Do you have a gardener in your life? So you're going to gear those products. And then what you say is, so say, for example, the gardener in your life, what we'd be looking at, for me, it would be, say, the propolis cream and maybe some gardening gloves, okay, or a book on gardening. And the reason, and we would say to them, you know, the propolis cream is really, really going to soothe cracked, dry hands. People who work outdoors really, really love that product. I myself can't be without it. I work outdoors with horses. We have horses in the family, and I have to have the propolis cream because I suffer from cracked, dry hands. So your loved one is going to absolutely love the fact that you thought about what it is they love and you thought about what they needed in with that particular hobby. So sports person, obviously the list is endless. You're looking at MSM, you're looking at cooling lotion, you're looking at RG, the gels, huge amounts of products there. The vegan, actually, Holly talked earlier about the gummies and how about they're vegan and they're plant-based. She just gave me, and I haven't done this before, I am going to put the gummies into a gift I'm going to put the gummies into a gift for vegans. You cannot believe how many people stop at our stand and actually say, oh my God, I have a vegan to buy for. I am demented. I don't even know where to start. They're the most difficult people in the world to buy for. Well, you have come to the right person. We have the most beautiful gifts for the vegan in your life. And you can literally see them going from stress to, this is fantastic. So, hey, everybody knows vegans and everybody has at least one vegan to buy for. So when you're looking at that market, you are absolutely going to take the pain in the neck of the vegan gifts away from people, and they're going to be so thrilled that you can help them with that. So yes, so bespoke gifts, gifts that say, I thought about you, I know what you love, and I bought a gift that is directly related to the thing that you love. So how to prepare? So start early, be creative, send some snapshots of gifts that you made. I can see here there's a little bauble with the aloe lips in it. That's a huge seller for me at Christmas time. It's actually the little bauble with 3. I generally put 3 lip balms in there, and yes, that's a huge seller at Christmas time with somebody who's on a limited budget. So also offer free forever gift to your customers that you've had, your clients through the year. Offer, say, for every 3 gifts that they buy, you can put a price on what those gifts need to be, this amount or more. And for every gift, for every 3 gifts that they buy, you can give them a little gift. Now, we're not talking about something huge. Everybody just loves a little freebie. So give them a little gift for ordering. And remember, that's extra CCs for you. Always put your contact labels on every product that goes into a gift. I have had to actually rip gifts open and delve in and pull the products back out to get my contact details on the back of that product, and then actually and get them back into that gift, because I will not let a gift leave my hands without my number on that. I get calls all the time after Christmas from people saying, oh, hi, I'm not sure, is this Lisa? Your name is on this product. I know you probably can't help me, but I got this as a Christmas gift. It is the best product I've ever used. How can I get it again? And I say, yeah, this is Lisa. You can get it from me. You can get it really, really easily. All I will need from you is contact details, address, and some card details. I'll have it out to you, and you should receive it within 2 or 3 days, and they're absolutely thrilled. And then remember, then they go on your list to text out for any customer specials, and they stay your client forever. So always put that contact label on your product. To never let a product leave your hands without your contact label on there. So always remember, Christmas is the busiest time of year. We talked about that. So utilize this time to maximize your retail sales. People love to give a gift that shows that you thought. We talked about the bespoke element of our gifts. And remember, when your products leave your hands as a Christmas gift, those people are your contact base for your new business in January. So always offer the business then after the fact. If they don't want the business, that's okay. You're going to keep them as a client for your products, and you never know, down the line they can come into the business after that. So Forever Christmas retail tools will be available soon. There's going to be a recruitment flyer. There's going to be how to do a festive product launch training slides. There's going to be online trainings. You can see the dates on there on screen. Please make a note of those dates. Really, really important. Learn to absolutely knock the ball out of the park on your Christmas retailing. I can promise you that the CCs that will go through in the following months for new people in your business, for new clients. Remember, customers find you customers. So if you really, really use that Christmas time to get our products out there. It gives you a great excuse then to talk to people about the business also. So I think Michael's going to come back on here. Let me actually stop sharing my screen. It was lovely talking to you all today. I'm going to unshare my screen.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Amazing tips, fantastic retailing tips. Once again, you're a superstar in that. And thank you for coming in and sharing everything about it.